Seen they had used me. It made me mad, but I got over it. And I said, she come up to me, the basket, and wanted me to look in it. She had a roll of some kind of meat and some bread. And I said, take your husband and go back here. There's an old building right here behind us. And you can stay there until we get ready to go home. I'm glad I didn't have to shoot her. But she'd have kept a coming. I would have had no other choice. I've always tried to summarize the stuff that I was involved in with the good, the bad, and the evil. I've had trouble trying to put some things in perspective. Later on, I was sent on another detail. Take your truck and get in the convoy. We're going across the Autobahn to the French border. We were given a strip map in case we broke down or got off the trail. And when we got to the French border, they met us at the, told us where to park, and we're going to have to stay all night. And there is a temporary kitchen set up. You can go there and get you some food and just find you an empty bed in any one of the apartments. And one of the soldiers stationed there said, I want you to go with me. I want you to go down to a house where a woman does work for me. She mends my clothes. And when he introduced me to her, she talked perfect English. And he told her that where I was at, we had a bunch of prisoners. And she said, my husband was a World War I veteran, went home, got his discharge and come back. And all during the 20s, things were fine. But we had 2 sons. And in the middle of the 30s, when Hitler come to power, things changed. My husband and 2 sons are in the German army, and she gave me their names, thinking maybe that they're in the group of where I have all those prisoners. But now we got thousands of them, trying to take care of them. And we were so short-handed that I knew why we had came here to get reinforcements and retire. And what we picked up was American-born Japanese. They made a movie about them called Go for Broke. Some of them were Filipinos, but they wouldn't send them to fight their ancestors, but they fought through Italy and were highly awarded for their efforts in bringing down the German Empire. It was over a 200-mile back, but I begin to see now that where I'm going to be going. And one night they come and told me, get everything together. You're going to another outfit. The reason why they were sending me and some of the others, one night while we were bringing in German soldiers and where they were unloading them and searching them again, we had a Sergeant Brown out of the kitchen, and he was seeing what the rest of us was doing, swinging a rifle, and he didn't have the safety on, and he shot 2 of the prisoners. The bullet went through one's leg and to the other and knocked them both down. And I stopped everything and got over and got the safety on his rifle. He was in shock. He was one of those that was in that group that was leaving. They wanted to get us out of there because they knew that there was going to be an investigation. We went to Kaiserlautern, and it was the 28th Division, the Pennsylvania National Guard. Each one of us realized that this was the outfit that was heading to Japan. So once again, I'll be on my way. I was there in San Francisco once, San Diego, and now I'm on my way again. We left real soon from Kaiserlautern, right back to La Havre where we came in, and we got on a smaller vessel, the James Parker, and headed for the States. We landed in Massachusetts, came down to Fort Meade, Maryland, and each one of us got a 30-day leave. But our orders were, at the end of the 30 days, we would be going to Camp Shelby, Mississippi. I was glad to get to Parkersburg. I was glad to get a hot dog and a milkshake. And on the 6th of August of 1945, Americans dropped an atomic bomb on Hiroshima, a very large city. 78,000 people were killed. Thousands were wounded. Because I was wearing a uniform, everybody turned to me, "What is an A-bomb?" I have no idea. Everybody was listening to the radio, going to the theater to see the newsreels, and nothing was happening. 3 days later, on the 9th of August, the Air Force dropped another atomic bomb on Nagasaki, another very large city. Over 72,000 people were killed. Surely, Japan will surrender now. But she waited to the 14th of August before she surrendered. What so many people don't know, that so many of the people that were burnt, the women, the young girls, were brought to the States to be treated for radiation burns. This is part of my history of what happened. I knew